seen this deck before. I think this deck's actually a fantastic choice for people looking to get into Alchemy or Standard. This is currently Standard that we are playing, thus the S in the deck title. This archetype's also competitive in Alchemy, and the bulk of the cards in this deck are commons and uncommons. And the couple of rares and mythics that you're playing in the archetype are all cards that pretty much go into other archetypes, so you'll get a lot of overlap value out of crafting them. At its core, this is a sacrifice deck. Oni-Cult Anvil is the card the deck's named after. You can sacrifice an artifact to drain your opponent, and on your turn, when one or more artifacts leave the battlefield for the first time, you get a 1/1 construct token. So kind of self-enabling, feeds itself, but also really likes other artifacts to sacrifice. Things like Synthesizer, things like treasure tokens, things like blood tokens, all work really well with the Anvil. And then you also get to play things like Meathook Massacre at the top end of your deck because you have a lot of little tokens you don't mind throwing away to drain your opponent out, essentially. So I'm going to go ahead and head on into some match with this and see how it feels this morning. I've been trying, sometimes I forget, but I've been trying to remember to put S, A, or H in parentheses before my deck names, so people looking at deck lists can always see at a glance what format we're playing. Or if you're going back through my Untapped, it's easy to see. Tap Taunted Ridge, so we can Anvil on 2. Do I want to turn my blood into a token? I don't think so. I think I'm going to pass for now. No locks. 18. So we'll lose Meathook Massacre here, but that's fine. Probably want to wait a turn on this Synthesizer. I guess I could kill Thalia and then Synthesizer. Yeah, I kind of like that. As we hit a land, then we can Fable. And if we hit that, we can sacrifice this Synthesizer to hit more. Sweet. Really getting to see our deck kind of hum into action here. The card selection advantage engines with Dispute and Synthesizer are very powerful in this archetype. This is probably one of the more consistent decks in the format because you get to see so many cards with your cheap selection. Getting to play a bunch of shocks in your main deck too, because they upgrade into better shock is also good. And Fable the Mirror Breaker here, I think. Gives us a treasure token, maker. Start here and see what we draw. Find another removal spell. Go ahead and kill this, then we can attack with these. Peekaboo. What's on top of our deck here? Cycle again. Are we at a point where I'm just like meat hooking for 0? I think we are, chat. Like, welcome to Draintown, Population U.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. I have got new moves to teach you. Show them how we greet our enemies. I will cull the weak.
So we sack this to trigger Anvil for the turn.
Subservience will be rewarded.
We'll just go ahead and pass. End of turn, we'll get to Reflection of the Kiki-Jiki, our Bloodtithe Harvester. Plenty of chump blockers. We get to feed loyalty to our Lolth.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Spend their whole turn doing this. That's fine for us. Attacking us, so we'll chump block the 8 and we'll take the 4. Hey, Agent 23, that's super generous of you. Happy Monday, thanks for the sub gifties. So the key thing to note about the Reflection of the Kiki-Jiki tokens is that they go away at the beginning of the next end step. So if you make them during the end of turn, they live through the following turn cycle. So this Bloodtithe Harvester makes another blood, and then we could go ahead and copy this, which makes another blood. And then we could sacrifice this to kill this, because I have 3 bloods. Then we could sacrifice this to kill this. Are they dead? They're dead, right?
In exchange.
So they go block my 3... Take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I could sacrifice this for 2, and then we could sacrifice another for 1. Really fantastic showing for our first game with this deck. Getting to flex on the powerful things that it's doing. Oh yeah, and they kill this. They lose 1 from killing this too.
I will cull the weak. I will.
So happy that Fable the Mirror Breaker is playable, chat. It's such a sweet card. All right, so this is what I like to refer to as an all Doomblades on deck matchup. We just want as many of our pieces of removal as possible. How long before I leave? I mean, I'm planning to be here till 4 o'clock today, right now. Definitely want this. I think it's an all Doomblades on deck, and I want these word kills and these Abrades too. The question is, what am I trimming to fit them in? Need 5 cuts at this point. I know Lolth was okay there, but I think she's supposed to come out here. They're a Thalia deck. And probably a Redain deck. Although, who knows if that's in post-board against me. How greedy is it to cut a land? I think it's an appropriate amount of greedy. Famous last words. No, I think you're right. I'm gonna cut a Fable of the Kikijiki too. You're posting in chat too much. You respond to your wife's text in chat. Been there, Rhino. Been there. Yeah, I'm cutting a land, I'm cutting a 5-drop, and I'm cutting one of my 3s as well. And Bloodtithe Harvester gives us an artifact to sacrifice to Deadly Dispute, which is nice. Talia. And then the first Deadly Dispute fuels the subsequent Deadly Disputes, which is nice. Blocks. You have first strike. So trade this for this. Anytime you take a Thalia off the table and you traded tempo even taking it out, it feels like such a huge win. What I mean by tempo even for people that are new, I mean you spent as much mana to kill it as they did to play it. I think it's important that I keep that treasure to sack to the next Deadly Dispute, so... Playing this on not black's a little awkward with the Meathook for later, but I've got 2 more draw twos here, so we're hopefully gonna find that. I think the land on the draw cut is not even just enough in general. I didn't just cut the land because we were on the draw this game. I also cut the land because our curve was lowered. Yeah. And the curve lowering was a big part of why I trimmed the land in this game. Alright, so we do this. Yeah, we draw untapped lands here in 3 draws. We get to Meathook the board. Now we have Synthesizer to sack to this next Deadly Dispute. We have more cards in hand than the opponent, a similar life total, and more cards on board, so pretty commanding lead here. This matchup seems like it's pretty good for our deck. Listen, chat. Meathook Massacre is pretty cracked. I don't know if you can put a dollar amount on how good Meathook Massacre is, but if I were to pick a number at random, it would definitely be $71.89. But who are we to assign a dollar amount to how good this card is? For people looking for an explanation as to why Meathook Massacre costs the amount of money it is, it's because it's a mythic rare, chat. Come on now. Playable mythic rares are very expensive. That one's a little bit more expensive than normal, but let's be honest, it's not that far outside the norm. What did Goldspan Dragon peak at? What's another playable mythic? I was about to ask, did I already make a token for the turn? And it's grayed out, so I know that I did. Good beats. I'm gonna kill this and attack them for one here, start closing this game out. Goldspan Dragon only peaked at $48, shit. It's actually less than I thought. Hey, Rost. Thanks for the 4 years. Welcome back. Appreciate it. You know, honestly, maybe I was supposed to let them exile that so I could get a 2-2 after I killed it. Hey, thanks for the 25 months, Bretta. This is a pretty commanding win for our deck. Oh, you know what? you know what, chat? Our deck is cracked. Our deck is cracked. Ranking on up the ladder. Yeah, chase mythics that are 4-ofs are frequently $40 to $50. So 70 is a little on the high side, I suppose. We'll move it. Thanks for the 21. Happy Monday, welcome back. We played this archetype a few times on stream over the course of the standard season. It's always felt pretty good. Yeah, I know this card says 1 in its corner, but you're not allowed to play this card before the 3rd turn of the game. This is actually a 3-mana card. You play it on the 3rd turn before you play your land for the turn. When you play Synthesizer, because our deck mostly curves out at 2, so you just want the highest probability of being able to cast the card that it hits. And honestly, with another good 2 draw here, we're probably going to wait till turn 4 to play this. We'll probably just play this next turn. Yeah, definitely. Let's go. Tapped land, attack you for 3, play second Harvester. Yeah, it's very similar to Iteration, for sure. I like that comparison. Or like, its mana cost is deceiving, that's not when you actually cast it. Noise. Well, to be fair, Archivist, Nimble Mongoose and Werebear were like constructed staples at the time. So like comparing a card to other constructed staples makes a lot of sense. Canadian Thresh Special, Werebear. Ditching the second Voltage Surge here if they do nothing again. Card makes treasure tokens when you target it and when it attacks, chat? That's so busted. I'm really glad they're finishing the Triumph cycle in New Capenna. Excuse me? So they're turning 2 mana into 3 mana here. They're using Spike Field as a ritual. So what do they need the extra mana for? Because they have 5 mana now. Okay. Why didn't they make tokens before their gold span died? That's the better line, right? No, they had extra treasure left over. Yeah, they could have used the extra treasure to draw the Pink Buster. Or just had a treasure left over for the next turn. Either way, they gain a little bit of efficiency. So they announced an alchemy balance patch for Thursday last week, Dr. Jazin, and usually making content for formats that are about to change tends to be less popular. So I'm just kinda chilling on alchemy until we get Thursday's patch. Oh, did I have them dead to Bugbear? I think you're right. I didn't count it. Now they get to crew the Bankbuster. Yeah, mistakes were made. It's fine. They're probably still dead shit, but definitely some slops here on my part. It doesn't really matter if the changes are likely to impact the format or not, Archivist. People just lose interest in formats they know are about to change from a content perspective. I think you're correct that all the creature decks that are getting buffs are likely to just get Meathooked out of the format still. But that doesn't change the dynamic that the content is less successful. Alright, so this is not a Meathook matchup. This is probably a Duress matchup. This is a Sorin matchup. Maybe it's not, actually. Surge and Grasp are good for killing dragons. We get Drink Stout Dad. Thanks for 21 months, Samalander. Don't mind me an alcoholic beverage on occasion. It needs to be able to disguise itself as candy, though. As my buddy Mike put it, I drink like a 30-year-old white woman. It's gotta be tasty and candy-like, chat. It's a Epicure out matchup. Probably kind of individually low power level. It could be that trimming those is incorrect just because we'll lack maybe a critical mass of artifacts to be sacrificing. Yeah, I can't do beer. Some ciders are okay so long as they're sweeter. Not a 1-drop, chat. Not a 1-drop. I do both Mike's Hard and Frozen Daiquiris on occasion. So yes to both of those. So we'll Duress here into Bloodtithe Harvester. Alright, we'll take the thing that's not like the others. Oh, you know what? I should have played the basic Swamp out so they couldn't activate Field of Rune here. Because they could use Field of Rune on my Haunted Ridge to get their second red if they want. Haha! Punished for not Field of Rooting, eh? They definitely should have fielded me there. Edge. They need a second red? Yeah, they needed a second red for to windfall last turn. Yeah, and their sequencing there was a little medium. They gave us an extra mana on the main phase, which was not great on their part. Start by sacking this, see what we get. Lead on Virus Beetle, because I want them to discard their card before they know Oni-Cult Anvil is coming. Cult Anvil 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Down for 1, make it 1/1, pass the turn. Great, you have a counter spell to go with your Dargon? Burning down the house. Hoo! Goodbye, friends. An artifact left over to get the train rolling again. Definitely gonna hold at least one land in my hand because of our blood producers, but I'm gonna play the other one out because our deck does have some turns where it uses a lot of mana. Great. They're winning the race, chat. It's a little scary. Their last card's another spell. Got a Abrade here. They're going back and forth between my 1/1 and my Anvil. Any artifact maker, please. Sick. Probably the best draw in our deck. Woohoo! Papi! This deck is more than good. It's great. Why play land? It was exiled to Synthesizer. Yeah, channel only works from hand. They had another burn down the house. They could maybe be in this game. Or, like a deal 2 to everything would be real good. Leave their Smoldering Egg alive. I think I'm sitting on this for, a threat post sweeper here. Yeah. Yeah, Channel and Cycle are very similar, except Channel doesn't draw a card. How good is this card, opponent? Sacking the Anvil to itself's a little aggressive, but it's better in the face of a blocker. Beauty. So close, chat. If either of these were red, this hand would be super keepable. Fortunately, as is, it is not. We keep this bottom of the Meathook. Stifling channel, yep. Yeah, Mire Shell Crab's a sweet one. The Fires of Inventions deck felt pretty close in Historic. Hopefully if they whack some of the top decks a little bit, those can pop up and be a little bit more competitive. I'd really like to just draw untapped land this turn so we can Fable the Mirror Breaker. Feels Magic the Gathering, man. We're never lucky, chat. I think with the pass here, I actually just want to play another Epicure. I don't really want to play this out and get hit by a removal spell. I just like do this with Deadly Dispute and pass, and then next turn we can Synthesizer with the ability to play most cards it hits. Yeah, I think Runes is an excellent choice in both both Standard and Alchemy. Runes is another good one. Runes is a terrible matchup for this deck that we're playing right now. One of its only really bad matchups, though, I think.
My aid. We will slay our enemies.
Alright, so I've put a stop on my draw step. So I can decide, do I want to Deadly Dispute before I Fable Chapter 2? And I think I do. I think I'm going to Dispute my Synthesizer. Sweet. And now I have 2 lands I don't mind discarding. I want a Meathook for 1 here. Because I can, Lolth will go to 3. Oh, I should have sacked that token to my Oni-Cult Anvil. I missed a point of damage here. I should have put a stop on my main phase to respond to my Meathook trigger.
And my will cannot be denied.
A bit of a mistake.
Venerate me or die.
Yeah, there's a lot of big brain sequencing. Yeah, there's also a lot of value in just having the Meathook in play too, for sure.
It's bold to bargain with me.
Hey, Fredwick. Thanks for the almost 4.5 years. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Count Dracula is here. Oh.
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous.
All right, one of your finest voltage surges, please, deck. Get 2 draws in it. We get a draw step plus a blood. Two bloods. I don't know that I want a Bloodtithe Harvester this turn, because I think my opponent, if they have another sweeper, they've probably been sandbagging it for this, right? So I kind of want to have this post sweeper. And if they don't have a sweeper or will spell for Kiki, then Bloodtithe Harvester has more value next turn. Get to see a lot of cards here, though. Yes, there are, costing them life to do so, at least.
Tragedy befalls us all. You fight for me now.
He's dead, Jim. They've murdered him. I actually really like this play for the opponent. Even if they don't have another Count Dracula, prioritizing getting life linkers into play so I don't accidentally burn them out is definitely smart here. One. That's probably insurmountable with losing my Fable on the Mirebreaker.
I bring my own.
Alright, if there is a path back into this game, it probably starts with Synthesizer. Sweet, sweet card advantage, chat. Give me that. Give me that sweet, sweet card advantage. For the follow Cobalt Racer. We're definitely behind, but it feels like we're kind of in the game still. We're treading water. Slowly slipping away from us if we don't hit a big play, though. Duress me, daddy. You know you want to see my land. These are all of my secrets. They now belong to you. Use them wisely.
Children will take care of you.
So I'm not using this blood at end of turn, because if I draw another blood producer, I can Bloodtithe Harvest to kill the Fiends of the Darkest Night. So let's start here, I think. Going on, Darkstream. Thanks for the follow. Keep spinning, spinning, spinning. Just keep spinning. Doot, doot, doot. We died, chat? Starting to feel like we've died. To kill Dracula. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to play Mirror Breaker this turn.
I return to the abyss.
We're actually dead on board, right? I was wrong, we're at 1. No redraws left though, right? Sedge, we tried, we spun our tires. Maybe I was supposed to do this last turn. To have 2 more draws instead of, killing their planeswalkers. It's close. I guess, yeah, I guess I can Lolth 0. I can gain a life with Anvil, Lolth 0, and hit a sweeper. And I need to sack Anvil to itself, so that way Meathook can be for X's 4 off of Treasure. So, this is a comment, Darkstream. This version of Rakdos Anvil has some issues with the new meta. That type of comment is really unhelpful and kind of obnoxious. Like, if you want to provide constructive, pointed criticism of a deck that we're playing, do that, but don't just be vague and nondescript. Say, Jeff, I think this deck has a problem with this matchup for this reason. Articulate yourself. Help me understand. Because in my opinion, this deck has reasonable matchups into both white aggro and the other black control decks in the format. I think making it very reasonably positioned overall. I think this deck is an excellent choice. I think it has a poor matchup into specifically Naya Runes because they gain a lot of life and outgrind you with card advantage simultaneously. But outside of that specific matchup, I think this archetype is quite good. Trim a couple of these, bring in some higher quality individual threats. Yeah, I think splashing white's a fine choice with this archetype too. I was just about to say this hand really needed like a starting artifact to sacrifice initially. Synthesizer's pretty good at that, being that. Finally did it, 3 whole years. That's long enough to remember the red-white land destruction days. Ah, the golden era, Vanu. Thanks for the 3 years and for the very generous tier 2. Welcome back. I think to combat runes, we need to increase velocity by purposefully exploiting the agile nature of the exothermic power generated by the anvil. Man, exothermic's a new one even for me.
Fix everything. We can. Our eyes are everywhere.
1 red land, please. Thanks, deck. Appreciate you. Sometimes lucky.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Yeah, I think this is another we deadly dispute the synthesizer before we chapter 2 angle. Hey, Forever, thanks for the 19 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. I think there's a chance I actually want to land this turn too, so I think we ditch these two. These things have haste, right? I think I'm supposed to give up this synthesizer to try and kill Kaido here. I think we do this for haste tokens. I think there's a good chance they can kill my 2/2. Then we throw all 3 of these at their Planeswalker. Try and cut off their source of card advantage.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. We must protect the people.
Oh, and you know what? We got the treasure token, so I can actually cast this from hand, huh? Or cast this from exile? Feels bad to lose Voltage Surge when I would have liked to kill the Emperor, but I'm happy with our sequence there overall.
Let your blade do the talking.
There are many secrets I don't know, but not for long. Now this is a juicy secret.
Start here, see what we get.
Under You nasty. You fight for me now.
Bug/oversight? Chat, there are no oversights. There are only undocumented features.
I'm never done for good.
Yeah, that's the joke, Ghosted. I think one of the most amusing parts of when I was traveling to play a bunch of Magic is one of the things during small talk at the table you would often do with your opponent is like, where are you from? What do you do for work, etc. And the number of times where I'd ask someone what they do for work and they'd give me a job title and I'd be like, well, no, what do you actually do? Like if I was like at your work, what would I see you doing? And the people would always laugh because it was just like, well, there's this and there's that. A lot of people are just like, I just screw around most of the day. Job titles, shit. Such useless things a lot of the time. Yes. It's who you are, but what do you do? Ooh, Virus Beetle. Virus Beetle plus Reflections of the Kiki chip. Just good clean living right there. Half my time is spent in meetings talking about work, 25% is helping direct traffic, and the last 25% is Twitch. I appreciate the honesty. Zero Sin, thank you for the 37 months. Welcome back.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Okay.
My judgment
slashed.
is final.
All right, so I think we synthesize here and see what we get. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. But I'd rather kill Kaido or the Emperor. I think I'd rather kill Kaido, right? So let's copy the Virus Beetle. Make you discard a card. And then Kaido, sacrifice the copied Virus Beetle.
I'm hungry. Gonna get a snack.
This doesn't kill my Sorin, I suppose, but I have backup Sorin shit. It's fine, it's no big deal.
What's one more grudge?
Or reflections. We'll get to open on Anvil Sac Synthesizer next turn. I don't think they're low enough to start sacrificing these super proactively. Okay, and this, we just point at the token here, I think. And we ship our creatures into this.
See you later.
Just get drawn cards here, I think.
My will must be obeyed.
They have this unblockable, so if I down tick, he just dies. He could just get Vanishing first tier, but that happens. It's still technically card advantage. What was it? I heard another contractor describe their rates one time as, when I tell you how much it's going to cost you for me to do a specific job for you, it's not that you're paying me for how many hours it's going to take me to actually complete that job. It's that you're paying me for the last 2 decades worth of experience I have that allows me to do that job proficiently and quickly. You're not just paying for their current time. You're paying for the experience that they have that allows them to do what you want them to do.
You could have such power, but you are too weak to take. Aren't I generous?
Bolted in a land to hold up to. Yeah, it could just be for Bankbuster. Let's send 4 tokens at Lolth to try and take her out.
I am merely delayed, not defeated.
I think it's important that I keep some amount of gas in my hand for after the sweeper. Actually, just like, aren't any creatures for Graveyard Trespasser to take care? Thanks for the follow, Mike. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Yeah, exactly, Marino. So they have some menacing Dorkos. They have a Hive of the Eye Tyrant hiding out in their mana base up there too is noteworthy. We'll see if they want to pressure my Planeswalker or my face. I actually need to play a little bit quicker, chat. I'm actually down 2 minutes on clock, almost three minutes. I'm down 3 minutes on clock. That's crazy. There might be a game 3 here because this one's looking good for us. They have 14 minutes left. Been a long match with a lot of decisions. They're not firing up their creature land is notable here. So Sorin down.
Know that
That being said, if they don't have a way to impact the board here, we have a pretty big attack next turn. Using the treasure token. Oh gosh. Well, shit. This card is such a beating. It's for the 8 months, Cedrus. Welcome back. Hey, congrats, Dr. Mister. Hope that goes well for you.
I will show you what happens when the spiders swarm. My power is for annihilation.
Alright, chat, we got some redraws. Yeah, reasonable redraws for sure.
I will get subservience will be a reward.
And they can technically activate their Hive here, so they don't necessarily have an interactive piece here, but they definitely could.
A setback.
Alright, all in. Your move, Yugi boy. Don't farewell me again. Yeah, if they did farewell us again, we did have the slap lands, is true. Alright, game the third. 12 minutes on my clock, like 16 minutes on theirs. What a slog. Do I want Duress in this matchup? I might actually want some Duresses. You got so many sweepers. Graveyard Trespasser doesn't actually seem very good. Yeah, I'm gonna split the Voltage Surges and the Duresses 3-3 here, I think. No warriors shall be blocked this day. Zimbat, thanks for the follow. Third one, Duress, sounds lovely. Just the way we drew it up. Show me your secrets. Reckoner is just so much mana to use for card advantage, so I think we leave them that one. Sage, Templand. The existing League of Legends client is like... I can't imagine them ever updating the League of Legends client, like porting every hero to a new client. They have like close to 200 heroes in that game, right? Not the actual game, just a client used for matchmaking. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Oh, actually, the treasure token here means I get to Lolth, right? I almost played the synthesizer, but Lolthing sounds great.
Envy the strong, for my will cannot be denied.
That's true. If anybody could update a project of that size, it's probably Riot Games. Very, very true.
Go on, run. But we will catch you.
We will catch you. All right, so we'll attack. Our treasure token will get made. We'll voltage surge and kill this. Gosh, we're so far ahead right now. Bit like a Sorin, I'm pretty sad with this, but most non-Sorin hits are good here. Like that shit. It's a non-Sorin hit. Oh, I guess this attack means that the Bank Buster gets to kill my Lolth, which is sad. Hey, thanks for the Prime Exor. I wouldn't be here without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Appreciate it. Welcome, Hardwood. Yeah, leaving my Planeswalker to get KO'd here was maybe a bad play. Perhaps should have left one or both the spiders back to play around this.
The light is insufferable.
The Planeswalkers are one of the ways to grind card advantage through Farewell because it misses those. So a pretty big mistake on my part. They're kind of low too, though. Maybe we can push them out because of this. Yeah, I don't know. I think so. I thought about throwing away the synthesizer, the anvil there. I didn't articulate it, but like, just the Lolth would still die to a removal spell there, and I think they're likely to have a removal spell. I think I would have needed to leave two things back. Is this, just attack the face angle? I think we might be on a attack the face angle, chat. Oh, I could do that too, that's true. Yeah, I think you're right. I should have done this. I wasn't thinking about it. Yeah, because Lolth loses them life to draw cards. They're gonna, like, draw a Meathook and make me big sad. It is what it is, but I think we're supposed to try and race them here. Let me make a treasure. Maybe they didn't think I was gonna attack. Yeah, they're recognizing that they need to be defensive here.
I will come. We will slay our enemies.
Use this anvil to drain them here. I think I'm gonna convert one of these treasure tokens to a 1/1 here as well. It's a little bit worse if they Meathook, but it's a little bit better if they don't have exactly Meathook. If they don't have something like Meathook to gain life here, we could just see them cash Lolth in. Right, the draw there signifies to me that we're probably about to get swept, which is big sad. Farewell will be especially brutal, because it leaves them their Planeswalker hanging out. March of the Otherworldly. Okay, it could still be a Meathook for one. Hasty tokens, please. Man, what a slog. Yeah, seems pretty good. This is easily the most consistent deck in this format right now. Not close. Which makes it particularly satisfying to play. Grolman, thank you for the half a year. Welcome back. Hope your Monday's off to a good start. Oh, chat, I haven't complained about being an adult yet today, so I'm going to do so now. I got a nail through the sidewall of my SUV tire over the weekend, which led to replacing all 4 tires on the car a little bit out of cycle. For those not familiar, the sidewall is not a part of the tire you are able to patch. And replacing a single tire on a 4-wheel drive vehicle is not a great choice. Yeah, it's all-wheel drive. Well, that's a good draw. Means we'll be able to deal with this next turn, which is nice. Oh, I guess I could deal with it this turn, huh? We could just go ahead and pay the ward and Bloodtithe Harvester it. I think I like that. We nailed the solution, yeah. We did not, Goons. Okay, so like, this is excellent for us too, because now they did that. So now I can Voltage Surge this with my last mana. That's awful, Sorin. Yeah, I've had pretty good variance with vehicles overall. Sans the recall on our rogue due to them occasionally catching fire. Were you drifting in your Nissan Rogue? Yeah, not quite. I think it's important that I have Grasp up to kill the Chariot next turn. I think I'm just like tapped land pass. Hey, thanks for the 26 months, Gilded. Which they're supposed to have a fix for that, what's it called? The rogue issue now, so we need to get that in there to get it corrected. Alright, if their last card isn't an absolute banger, we're in a very good spot. He says before getting counterspelled. It's gonna be like another Chariot too, I suppose. Pass the turn. Just a 1/1 deal Reno. Alright, so do we Lolth, leaving them an opening to attack her for lethal next turn, or do we like Synthesizer Oni-Cult Anvil? I think I need to Lolth, even though they could attack her down, just because my life total is a little too low. If they get rid of her, I still have this for some card advantage left over, so I think this is fine. They want to trade these 3 for these 4. I think I'm okay with that. They do not. That's so good for us, chat. You know, chat, there might be something to this Meathook Massacre card. There might be something to it. It's pretty good.
Aren't I the generous one?
Aren't I the generous one?
Cull the weak.
Can't cast my Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Never lucky. Oh no! They get to kill my Lolth, chat. Alright, so they're dead on board to my Menace Land. That one. It's a little less grindy than the last one. Definitely a power word kill and a Abrade matchup. This is just pull the curve down. It's like Lolth out, Fable out, Abandon Mire out, trim a land on the draw. Bringing the curve down and going second, cutting a land seems reasonable. The removal spell that hurts us, definitely the worst of them. I think Infernal Grasp is a card that's like worth having in my deck post board, just because I like want all my removal spells in general, but definitely worse than both Word Kill and Abrade. With Patchwork played out, we just Harvester here. This card's really good. This is a card that I definitely miss during spoiler season. That's super powerful. The blood mechanic was a good one. Innistrad artifact mechanics, chat. Clues and blood, both fantastic designs. Give you a lot of meaningful gameplay decisions in a lot of spots while giving you extra resources to manage. Super happy with this trade. I was gonna say, I think I'm just going land to braid the Bankbuster here, and the Epicure makes that an even better play, because now I get to use all my mana and have a blocker for one of these 2/1s. Hey, is Azeka here? Azeka's not here, chat. That's so good for us. Pretty unlucky that my opponent has 4 mana and no plays, chat. Want to talk about actually unlucky? Woof. Emperor's probably enough to bury us here. Oh my gosh, they're actually unlucky, chat? Yeah, I could have played the Meathook on 0, but I don't know that Meathook on 0 has enough value in this matchup compared to the treasure token. It's really good. Remember when we bottomed the Infernal Grasp, chat? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Equal to twice the what? Vehicles you control? It'd be a damn shame if something happened to your vehicle in response. This AO is pretty scary. Oh no! I need to just put a stop, chat. I should have deadly disputed in response there, obviously, but I didn't know it was coming, so I didn't have a stop down. Would have definitely discarded that. Okay. Their dragon got a dice trigger, chat. It's cracked. I wanted to surge and kill this before we play the Harvester out because I don't want them to, like, grab Flame Tongue Carvu and kill it. Yeah, Dragon. AO looking pretty AOKO if I do say so myself. Oh my gosh, and a chariot. Well, the hooks of meat the legend foretold of, chat. I should have done this before I played Epicure. Alright, it all worked out. Battlefield's getting a little bloody, fam. Yep. Yep. I mean, what are we even cycling for? Just Meathook? Right? Guess we get two looks at it. RQR Master X 85 coming up to 85 months sometime soon. Thank you for the 74-month resub. Welcome back, friend. It's been a while. Are we dead? I think we're dead. Seven years. Close! 6 years. 6 years. Yeah, I'm just dead, right? We go block, 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 take 4. Because this screws this. No, I'm only taking 2. I lied. I lied. I'm not dead yet. Bloodtithe Harvester only activates at sorcery speed, chip. Bounce spell is full. Skip. Get up to the next one. Hey, Sunset Bleach. Thanks for the almost entire year. Howdy, howdy. Welcome back. AO is very good there. Listen what we say, hey, hey, ho. Do, 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 do. Good. I think because we're on the play, we probably just attack into the Smith as opposed to trading the Harvester for it next turn. We'll like go land Fable, crack them for 4. Try and keep the pressure on since we were on the play. And because I have 2 lands, I don't mind sacrificing already. We will not put a stop on our draw step before this happens. We'll just ditch these. It's good to draw with Deadly Dispute before you do Chapter 2 if you don't have 2 cards you want to get rid of already. That gives you a chance to find something you may or may not want. Losing Harvester here. Could also be losing our Treasure Maker. So what they want to do, we have a window to attack with the Treasure Maker here. Which is nice. Are they attacking? If they're not blocking, they should be attacking. So that no attack there would imply that they're going to trade their 2/2 for my 2/2. I'm going to go ahead and just power word kill the Smith here. So that way, if they want to trade for my 2/2, they have to use their ward creature. That grows bigger, faster. Is they're going down to 12 here. It's getting a little low-ish. Take the defensive roll? No, maybe not. Yep, that's a Cadillac. Where we get one of the nice things about this matchup is we shouldn't really need to be playing around a sweeper. It's like we just continue vomiting our stuff into play, kind of build up a board that can allow us to position around into an advantageous spot. Probably just playing another Fable the Mirror Breaker this turn. We'll see what they do. That's nice. So land to play this, and then we still have a treasure left over to Voltage Church's Chariot if they go to attack with it. Let's go ahead and pass here. This already made a token for the turn. Okay, that's pretty good. Just to kill the reflection. Panic thinks he's hot stuff, Chip. So long, farewell, I'll see you and good day. Yeah, I mean, making copies of this is better than making copies of non-things that don't generate value. You're largely making copies of either Epicure or making copies of either this or the other Bloodmaker. We should put a stop in case we draw Dispute. Good call. Good shout. We want the Grasp, but we'll definitely ditch this, trying to draw a better card. Need some treasure tokens here. When trading for these 2/2s, so are they. Sacrifice one of these treasures, drain them for 1. Make a 1/1. Could be right to just deal with this Patchwork Automaton while they're tapped out. They haven't showed us any counter spells or protection spells yet this patch, but it doesn't mean they don't have them. I also might just want to hit the Surge Hacker mech because it has Menace. Again, I can chump block this Patchwork Automaton for a while, thanks to Oni-Cult Anvil. There's 3 to activate. We could see the Mises to fire up the Surge Hacker and get in there. So at this point, if I kill the Surge Hacker, they're just gonna have something else, another one to cruise. So I think we just go ahead and do this, and then take the 7 total. Are they dead? They're pretty close to dead, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lands are great shit. One of the big upsides to being a solid 2-color deck like this. Us Plat 1 gamers working our way towards our natural home, the Diamond 4 rank floor. Button. Yeah, I like this build a lot. This is our first time playing main deck Lolths and Fable the Mirror Breakers in this deck, and I like both of these inclusions. First time playing with Beetle too, and Beetle was really cute with Reflection of the Kiki-Jiki as well. All 3 of these creatures just super reasonable to have happen. The first chapter on this makes a token that makes treasure, so it kind of plays into our artifact theme. And then it provides some additional card selection. So, you know, Synthesizer, Dispute, Fable, like easily the most consistent deck in the format, I think. It feels like it lines up really well into the white-based aggressive decks, not only that vehicles deck that we just played against, but also the dedicated smaller white aggro deck. It also feels pretty good into other Meathook decks. I think the one place this deck really struggles is the Runes matchup, but I actually haven't seen a lot of that deck on the ladder for whatever reason. Maybe people just got bored of it. I think that deck's pretty powerful as well, but this feels like a great choice, and overall, pretty good budget choice too. Like all of these are commons and uncommons. Obviously, like this isn't optional. This, I think after playing with it, I would consider this not optional too, but these are all cards too that if you invest your rare or mythic wild cards into them, you're gonna have a good time because they're good in lots of other decks in this format and others as well.